So I'm at the Combe in Wells, and this in front of me is a magnificent linden tree. The smell here is amazing from the ground. The smell of garlic. This linden tree is probably the biggest linden tree in the area. The girth here, well, to walk all the way around it with its epicormic growth and bushiness around here, it's probably plus 10 metres. The girth itself, I don't know, it's hard to tell, but it's got multiple stems here as well. And it's a really beautiful place here. Orchard in that direction, a couple of 3 yew trees here, more lime trees on the right. Orchard. And then let's take a little walk through and see what we can find. It's a planted landscape, some really interesting trees. I've never been here this time of the year, so I've never felt it in the spring with all of the fresh new leaves and all of the blossom coming out of bamboo. And then we come through into here, and there's a channel that runs all the way up, a gully, which has obviously carried water at some point. I'm not sure if it's a winter-born spring or if this is still lying gathered water, but it's dry for the rest. Lots of bits of stone hanging around in here. I imagine that perhaps the whole of this combe has been channeled out by water at some point. It's quite an interesting place, and it's been planted up. Some of the most magnificent yew trees here. I've never seen yew trees this tall. Yew trees don't often get to grow that tall. They're often kind of like, especially when they're a lot older and in churches, they tend to be quite squat. Allowed to grow in a sheltered condition, I suppose, in the middle of this combe, and left to their own devices somewhat. They shoot straight up. They'd be perfect for making longbows. And the channel continues, marks this channel all the way through. So picturesque in here, blossoms everywhere. I'm here with Crosby. He's sat down on the lawns having his lunch. This is a girthy, plus 3 metres in girth, ash tree, not doing very well. This is the remaining foliage on this ash tree. Again, ash dieback, which is really frustrating and sad, but they will survive. Some of these yew trees are showing quite advanced fluting, so you get the fluted trunks there after about 150. It's probably a lot, 200 years old, maybe 1800s these would have been planted. I might be wrong about that. There's a substantial oak, which we'll come to in a minute, which has got a huge girth, and that probably would have been an original tree before all of this was made through the bamboo. Notice, continuing, stone bridge. It's not stone, it's wood. Big, thick plank of oak, probably. And then spying through the hole here, a bay archway. Again, smells. We got the garlic out down here. We got the lovely smell of these leaves, fresh leaves. Sycamore. Notice sycamores are struggling a little bit as well. This one, I mean, it's an old one. It's got some dead branches up there in the canopy. But look at the amount of yews. All of this is yew up here. I think that one's a cypress. But they're marking this bank over here. Rocky outcrops and further stones in the gully. And here we are at the massive oak tree. It's registered on the ancient tree inventory, this one. I think it's plus 5 metres in girth. I'm not sure, but I think it might be a Turkey oak. Further on down here, the gully continues. The gully continues. At the bottom here we've got horse chestnut. Look at the lovely flowers on the horse chestnuts. You can get a really good close-up of the bees on the horse chestnuts now. Notice the colourings of the flowers. Some are red and some are yellow. The yellow turns to red once the bees have visited. That makes them less attractive. I'm just going to walk down here. So the Combe disappears into a point at the bottom, and there's a big gate that you can get in. It tends to be open during the day. The channel carries all the way down. It seems to be an underground something down there that carries water through. Huge yews again. This is a tulip tree. You can see it's developing flowers, which will open up into flowers of the likes one would not expect to find on a tree. Notice the oddly shaped lobes here as well. It seems to be missing a middle lobe. And there's folkloric stories about them pulling the middle of Jesus's beard out to create a forked beard, which has been related to this tree and other trees, which is quite an interesting piece of folklore. So we've got a lovely combination of planting here. Look at the variegated dogwood, the cherry blossom, the bright greens and dark greens of holm oak and yew, and then the blossom of crabapple, and topped by a bright red copper beech trees. Those beautiful red trees. Been going for 10 minutes already. That's incredible. So down at the bottom we've got yew trees, and we'll just go and visit this one as a last little stop. It's such a pleasure to walk here. Highly recommend a visit to the Combe, Milton Lodge in Wales. The Combe is the place, and the gate is right in front of me. Imported trees. It's a dawn redwood. At this time of the year it's got beautifully soft, delicate, needled leaves. It's a deciduous cone-bearing tree, one of the only ones of those. The Latin name's interesting, so look at the undulating patterns on the trunk here. Looks like it's been carved. The Latin name is Metasequoia, so that's like or in the family of or group of sequoias. These things grow. This is a baby. It's only been introduced in the last few decades. This is a baby that get huge. And then glypto, which means carved, formed, stroboides, cone bearing. So put that all together. Metasequoia glyptostroboides, the carved coned tree in the family of, in the group of sequoia. And with that, and this glorious combination of green, white, red and blue, the sound of engines in the background. It's been my pleasure to guide you through the Combe in Wales, and see you again soon for some more tree walkings. There's plenty lined up. You can see it all. You can find all the dates on tothetrees.co.uk. I look forward to seeing you on a walk very soon. Much love from me. All the best.